Good evening. My name is Lynn Fazekas and I'm running for mayor. I turned 49 a couple of weeks ago. I have been in DeKalb since 1985. Basically, my husband and I came out to look for work. We came from northern Indiana, and I was asked a couple of weeks ago how to describe my experience with DeKalb in a nutshell. And what it is we came for the jobs and we stayed for the people. We also completed our education here. I graduated from NIU in December of 1991 with a bachelor's in psychology. We ended up buying a house here, and in the 15 years that we've lived in it, I think our only complaint really is how high our property taxes are. In fact, if you take a look at where I lived before in Indiana, I'd probably be paying only about 40% of the property taxes that I pay here in DeKalb. I've been in the field of developmental disabilities adult services for about 22 years. Now I'm in the training end of it. I've owned 2 businesses since being in DeKalb, and currently I am a staff training developer and consultant and independent contractor in that field. I've got a lot of ties to the community, and I've been involved in a lot of volunteer and other service work over the years, including with Safe Passage, Red Cross, DeKalb County Collaborative for Developmental Disabilities. I've taught out at Kish College. When it comes to politics, when I gave up my second business in 2005, I quickly, within a couple of months, filled that free time with getting involved with my neighbors in an annexation, and I got hooked on city politics right away. Since then, I've done things that are some more conventional than others. I have attended meetings. I've done local issues blogging. I served on the Environmental Commission, and I helped to form a group called DeKalb Citizens for Transparency. And as part of this group, we pushed for having more public access, more materials online, including city agenda backup materials, and the city's check register. Why I'm running, I feel that 2008 was a year of disappointment. I was disappointed in the city's responses to the budget crisis. I've been disappointed in the lack of planning for such tragedies as foreclosed homes and people losing their jobs, and oppressive taxation that's not being addressed. I'm disappointed also with the city's desire to keep things the same. This is not a time for business as usual. It's a time for shaking things up. My basic policy positions are pretty simple. Number 1, stop adding to the tax burden. We had taxes and fees raised at least 8 different ways last year. Where you can't make a buck, you should save a buck. We've been getting good at making a buck through taxation, and it's time to look at another way. Number 2, overhaul the budget process. We really need to take a look at those personnel costs in the budget. They're over 80% of the budget. No new debt. We make debt obligation payments that could cover several new firefighting personnel, police officers. That's money that we don't have access to use in other ways. Number 4, back to the basics. Police, fire, water, streets. That's the meat of our operation. If we don't get that right, funding, such as TIF funding, community development block grants, things like back into the neighborhoods, back into things like job training. We need more of a shift there. Number 6, ferret out